Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to make a video talking to you all about tips on angelic communication. And this is actually a very different perspective when it comes to my video, because this is a very different way of communicating with angels. Yeah. So I've already taught about many methods on angelic communication, but you guys have to keep in mind, you guys will see spikes in your journey in communicating with your angels. And this video is going to break it down in new ways that you haven't imagined. So it happens to me every so often because I hear them talking so often that I'm just like, okay, you get kind of used to hearing them talking, so you just kind of, and they'll keep talking. I mean, they'll talk to each other, and then it'll just sound like a radio in the background, but it's easy to not pay attention to what they're saying sometimes. That's usually why they switch their voice to a female's voice. So they'll use your voice sometimes, or actually most of the time they use your voice, but it just depends on where your level of clairaudience is at. And of course, when you get to a very high level of clairaudience and you kind of branch out, I mean, like, you just kind of not focus on what they're saying. It's kind of like when someone's talking and you're not paying attention to them. They could be on the phone, or you could have a teacher in a seminar and you're just not focused. You hear them talking, but you have no idea what they said. It's like when you're in class and the teacher's teaching and you're on your phone and you get called on. It's like, huh? Well, what's being taught? It's like same thing with angels and clairaudience, especially after a certain point in time when your clairaudience opens. You can fully hear them speaking in your ears in different voices. They usually use men's voices, and you still won't hear them or understanding, because when you understand that hearing is not listening, or listening, you can listen to someone but not really hear what they have to say. So the same thing can apply, and this happens to all of us, and this is why I see some clairaudient people kind of fall off sometimes, because they feel really guilty about it. They're just like, they're like, well, they'll be hearing their angel and they'll just have doubt. So the angels really don't repeat themselves that much. They don't. They'll say a couple of times, but they're like, yeah. I mean, before, for example, if you have an intuition, like, hey, look how cool the plane in the background is with the moon. It looks like another planet almost. But they'll say like, yeah, you shouldn't really do that. You shouldn't really do that. Oh, no, you did it. So for example, way back then, I remember when I ate sugar like crazy, it made me sick. And my angels, basically, for a couple of hours straight, they were just like, yeah, man, you sure you want to do that? Like, they're like, does that make you happy? And I'm like, and I'm just not listening to them, because you have to keep in mind, when we hear something that's not something we want to hear, we're like, okay, I understand. So basically, to know the information and to know it's the right one versus to do what you want to do is how angels work. And they'll let you do what you want to do, because they're not going to override you. There's a law called the law of interference. They're not going to interfere. So way back then, after I was really, really sick from eating all that sugar, the angels are just like, yeah, shouldn't have done that. Oh, cool. The mice are running out of the bush. How cool. So I'm by this mouse tree. These are special mice. They're Florida Stone Man mice. If I can get one of these on camera, they're like leaving the bush now. Like, they're getting brave. Okay, if one comes up to me, I'm gonna put it on the. I mean, they're field mice. They're not really supposed to be by the beach. These are like abnormal mice. If you know, then you know. But it's pretty cool to see that happening. But they're getting brave. Well, I'd be brave too if I was one of those mice. But I think I scared the rabbits off. Back to the point. Man, just get back to the video topic. But okay, so he actually said it more than once. He's like, focus on the video. Focus on the video. I'm like, oh, there's a special field mice running, and he's like, get back to the video. So basically, and he's like talking really loud now. They'll talk loud, but they don't really want to have to. They're just like, that's not what they want to do. They know you hear them, or when you know you can hear your angels and you hear them well, they don't repeat themselves even more. So they know you heard them. And yes, he's complaining about it. I was telling you for a good minute. Because I was paying attention to the mice before that, but it's like, focus on the video. So they don't really want to have to repeat themselves, but they will. They definitely will. They do that because they love you. They don't have to. They really don't have to. So, and it's even more trippy now because I'm seeing shadow mice, which that's not actually mice. And your third eye, when it gets open, it can be a little distracting, but not in a bad way. Like, you'll drive home and you'll see a million different shadow people just jumping in front of you on your car on the road. It's just like, oh, it's just a shadow person. It's like, but it keeps your vision pretty busy. So now back to the topic of communicating with angels. I'm going to give you a giant secret, especially because you guys are patient, and the angels are super patient as well, because I wait till more towards the middle or surprise parts of the video where I'll just start saying, like, dropping some really major gems, because I don't put them all at the front of the video for the people that really watch the video. One of the biggest secrets that I learned is the biggest thing you can do is treat your angel like your friend or your family member, because that's exactly who they are. If you treat them like a guide, you can have a teacher, but they might not be your friend. You can have a teacher, but they might not even care about you, because that's how teachers in college are. So, because before I'd be like, okay, my guide suggests this. Now I'm like, my friend suggests this. I don't even say my angel as much anymore. I'm like, oh, my friend suggests this. Or like, for example, if I'm talking to someone and I have the angel's talking in the background and the angel joins in on the conversation, even though I'll talk to someone and they can't really hear the angel. So I'll just be like, oh, my friend says this about that. Or my friend, sometimes they'll be like, who's your friend? I'm like, well, Barakiel, Sandalphon, Michael, Raguel. Those are some names. The mouse is getting closer to me. These are like someone's pets. They're like gerbils, actually. What the? They're actually really friendly. But so that's the thing. You have to get in a habit of treating them more like they're one of you. They're not humans. They're angels. They're very special beings of God, and they say special things, such as very loving messages. But you have to understand that you can't make them so impossible to reach in your mind, or you'll just ignore all their messages. What do I mean by this? I've been around certain people that are like, okay, no, it's 100% impossible to hear angels, and I'm like, then you're hearing something else then. So that's not true at all. Because some people are like, there's no way humans can hear angels because they're so high in frequency. Well, humans can be high frequency too. Humans can be low frequency. But they're like, oh, angels just sound like ears ringing. Angels just, there's no way a human can talk to an angel. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of accounts in the Bible of humans talking to angels all throughout the Bible. Yeah, so that's the first reference. And then number two, if you think, for example, people think that their angels and ancestors are not watching them do stuff. That's why they do the stuff they do. For example, I'll give you an example. When someone cheats in the spiritual realm, that is on like the biggest TV. Like that is now that person's like their life's title. This is a cheater now. So for example, and that's the first thing spirits will talk about. So basically, I don't talk about talking to spirits, but spirits will be like, this person's a cheater, and they'll start showing you stuff, because occasionally, let's just say I'll cross a spirit who will just share a bunch of information, and I'll give a spirit a chance to talk, but they're like mouthy. Most spirits don't shut up, and you don't even know them. So, for example, I gave, okay, I'm not gonna say too much, but I gave someone's spirit a room to talk, and they're just like, this person cheated. They went to a bar, they got tipsy, they doodle-daddled, and their wife found out. Or like this person's wife, when she gets mad, she rebels, and she goes through her phone, and she goes through her Spring Breaker options, and she gets pregnant before she comes. Like, the spirits will just say anything. That's why I don't teach about working with spirits. It's an ancestral spirit. Those spirits are very high up once they get above the firmament. But if it's a spirit who hasn't made it into heaven, what do you think they're doing? Not everyone gets into heaven, and not all these spirits are communicating like things. Because if they're... I'm not going to go into the topic of spirits, but the thing with angels is they're very simple. Yes, I'm going to stray from I'll make a whole video about that later on. So basically, talking to spirits versus talking to angels. Spirits, especially the ones who didn't get into heaven, and they're still around on here, they say the most out of pocket. I mean, it could be funny, but the thing is, and some of you are probably laughing at my example from earlier, once you're entertained by what they have to say, they're giving you all the details until they get stronger, because when you talk to them, it's kind of like you're giving them points of energy, so now they're able to hang around more. It's like you're giving them a room to stay in, and they're talking. That's why when spirits start talking to me, I'm like, yeah. Like, I only talk to angels, and then the angels will push them away anyway, but sometimes I'll give them away to be able to talk. So when it comes to, I have to talk more about that, because some of the angels thought that was kind of funny, but that's the thing. It's kind of distracting. So I'm talking to angels, try to treat them a little more like, respectably so, like people, because they're around you, they love you, they're watching over you, but they're not so mystical as to the point where you can't reach them. Spirits are very easy to reach, especially when they haven't made it into heaven. And the ones who have made it into heaven, they're like that for a reason. God lets them not say too much. They don't say too much, so they're not even allowed to. There's rules in heaven, and that's one of them. When you get up there, don't tell everyone down here about every detail. Yeah, but that's the thing. When you talk to angels, their messages are simple. For example, I'll ask my angel, okay, how was your day? Spectacular. What was your favorite part about today? Spending time with you. Okay. That's how angels talk. Another angel said something about at the gym when I put the dumbbells back on the rack, or something like that. But okay, what? And yes, there's a lot of angels. You guys can hear them. You could probably hear your ears ringing at this point. Some of you are very close to hearing your angels. So this is one of those videos I've never actually incorporated one-on-one conversations with the angels in the videos, because I keep them very discreet, but you can talk to them like they're regular people. So what was your least favorite part of the day? And they know what I'm asking about. They said we don't focus on the least favorite part, but it was not fun to watch you eat the garlic. So basically, I took raw garlic today and I ate it, and I almost you ever eat raw garlic straight like that? And I ate a little bit too much, and I was like tapped out for a second. So that's the thing. Angels are very simple. It's very simple. So, for example, you'll notice, and you just conversate with them. Ask them about them. Okay, for example, what was your favorite exercise in the gym today? Because the angels do work out in the gym. Weighted shoulder press. Okay. What did you like about the weighted shoulder press? The motion and the flexibility. Okay. So now Ariel and Jehudiel are two gym angels. So when you ask about, for example, those are my go-to angels to ask about gym advice. Other angels will give advice too, but now when people talk, and all the angels are technically considered male. This is one of the biggest secrets. I now have been reverting to saying he. Basically, if someone says, okay, what does your angel say? I say he said, not the angel, because I have been referencing to humans as, oh, the human talked to me today. And I'm like, angel's like, the human? I'm like, the angel? And they're like, oh, I kind of talked to them about it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to call you guys. Now I'm not just going to say the angels anymore. They've never said anything about it. But, for example, in some of the videos, I'm like, all these humans are just out here not wearing tourmaline as necklaces. And I'll just be like, these humans? So it made me really think about it. I'm like, and sometimes I do that by instinct, because I categorize humans, angels, demons, spirits. I have a whole book of just like different categorizations, but we're not the only things that are out there. If you knew it was on other planets, especially the ones that are further away, you'd be like, how did this become into existence? There's someone with a dog head walking around? There's beings with cat heads? What? By the way, since you guys know that, I'm not supposed to say that my angels let me say it in this video, but if you start having visions of cat-headed or dog-headed people from other planets, and yeah, this is where I get on the spacier aspect, but let me know more about what you see in visions from them. Now their existence is known. Who cares? But but because people will just think it's made up anyway. But now, drop your comments in the below if you had any experiences with them, but I can't really say anything else. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But talk to your angels. Reference them as friends. Like, oh, my friend said this. My friend said this, or oh, he said that, or he said this. It's just that. So, for example, when someone says, what does your angel say about, what does your angel say about, well, for example, she says, or he says, oh, what does my angel think about my boss employer? I'm like, well, a spirit would basically say, oh, they picked their nose and they touched the doorknob and you touched your face, so you're technically a booger face. So that's why I don't talk to spirits, because they're just like, they all say anything. They'll be like, oh, in front of the mirror, your husband, oh, I cannot. They're actually, I mean, that's why I don't open the door to the spirits. Whoa, okay. Spirits will literally get nosy. So I just had a vision of someone. Okay, so this is why I don't really go too deep into aspect, because the videos have to be very on topic, and once you start looking in your third eye, and I hope this has helped you guys to have kind of like opened up more conversation with the angels and about talking about how to open your gifts and whatnot, but you just make it more casual. It's literally casual. When your angels talk to you, people think it's like a mystical event. Oh, boom shakalaka, I'm summoning an angel, or like mama say mama sa makusa, like these tarot card readers like just doing like with the moon, like spinning the moon clockwise and counterclockwise, and like, oh, Archangel Michael, and then Archangel Michael is just looking at you like, I've been here the whole time and you're trying to like summon me. It's just like, you silly human. But now he's like, yeah, he'll probably just say, oh, you know, this silly person is trying to summon me. But well, he just said it happens more often than you'd think, so no surprise. But when talking to your angels, treat it more casual. Be more casual. That's it. Just have fun with it. When you hear their voices, they'll talk in your voice until they know that you're not going to go crazy with hearing their voices, because it will, I will say it right now, you will feel like you're going mad when you're hearing other angels use other voices, especially when they start hitting accents. So when you start hearing angels after a certain point, you're going to hear different accents. And when you're alone in your home, you can hear all these voices talking, and someone can call you, and you'll just probably ignore the person. Or sometimes, for example, if you know someone and they're living with you and your angel's trying to get your attention, they'll use their voice and call you to get your attention, for example, if your phone's ringing. But this video has gone on long enough. If you'd like a custom necklace, go to floridastoneman.com. Actually, go to Florida Stoneman on Instagram for a beautiful custom necklace. The custom necklaces are very powerful, and they'll help you hear your angels like very quickly. Like, they literally put you on a frequency that the angels are on. They will help you with confidence, eloquence, elegance, and hearing your angels. You can get a black tourmaline necklace from floridastoneman.com. You'll be able to hear angels and just angels. So you can ask a spirit to be heard, but you'll actually let it in. So I don't really do that very often, unless the spirit, unless, I'm not going to say the circumstances, but I'll only talk to angels, and the necklace makes sure that you're talking to who you would like to talk to. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Next time. Bye. I almost didn't hit the button.